Crypto holders, some very important events are about to go down, of which every single one of them can influence the crypto market by a ton. So I need you guys to stay closely put, pay some very close attention, because the next couple of hours, 24 hours, and 48 hours, there are going to be some very, very important speeches, meetings, and events that will affect every single one of you crypto holders. So stay tuned. And guys, as always, make sure you press that like button. And now, let's get right into the video. Most important out of all, by far, is Gary Gensler's meeting, which is coming up very shortly, Wednesday, July 19th. A review of the fiscal year 2024 budget for the US SEC. This is where Mr. Gary Gensler is going to be speaking. It's going to be a live stream. The only problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to actually live stream it for you guys. But for the rest of you guys, I recommend highly to sit down and watch when Gary Gensler speaks. Most of the time, he's pretty useless, all right? The man doesn't have the proper authority to rule over crypto, yet it seems to be that every single time he starts talking about this space, it gets even worse. And so I want you guys to be there bright and early, just in case he shocks the entire community, and it might be able to get you a little percentage gain. What I mean with that is, let's, for example, say he says, hey, we're going to be going for an appeal in the Ripple case. Boom. That might be, again, a small little trade you could make to earn you some extra profits. These live streams with very important officials are always worth setting some time apart for, in my opinion. In that same field, another SEC member is coming up shortly. I think over the next couple of hours instead of tomorrow. Tomorrow, which again is today, the SEC's Director of Corporation Finance, Gering, will testify before the House Financial Services Committee at 10 a.m. EST. So that's in a couple hours from now. I'm not sure if these House Financial Services Committee things are also live streamed. I don't remember the last one that we saw. But again, now you know, because apparently the Corporation Finance Department, where Gering is from, is in charge of issuing crypto and climate-related risks. This is Bill Hinman's old department. So it could again be that he's going to be saying something about crypto as a concept, something about Ripple, something we're interested in. So I want you guys to pay close attention to this also. This is nice, keep some snacks in your pocket for in case. Anyway, the next very important meeting you guys should all be watching closely is also over on Wednesday, and apparently the Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong will meet the House Democrats behind closed doors on Wednesday. And so you will not be able to see it directly, but pay close attention to the fact that this is happening and what could be going on. Like you guys might know from the past, all important things are discussed, I should call it, behind closed doors. So maybe, just maybe, Coinbase is going to sell their soul or something like that, and we want to know. And even though we can't see it live, just keep up to date and understand that if something all of a sudden changes over the next couple of days, it could have very well been because of what happened at this meeting. At the same time, a lot of people are saying that potentially another Ripple settlement might come. The judge has recommended them to schedule 6 to 8 weeks beforehand for some settlement discussions, of which I'll talk about very deeply in the next video, which is coming out in a couple of hours, so I recommend you guys to put that notification bell on so you don't miss it. Anyway, next very important thing to pay close attention to is, like I already said yesterday or the day before, the FOMC meeting coming up the 25th and 26th of July. This one is quite crucial because, as you might be able to see, there's a summer stop, right? Where we go from middle of June to, middle of July, kind of end of July, to all the way middle of September before we get our next verdict. So this one has a little bit more weight than, the usual ones, I guess. And I'd say for all the XRP holders out there, there's something else which is quite relevant, which of course is FedNow, which is coming up. I mean, the amount of people talking about Ripple's FedNow connection, which is mostly all coming up because, of course, FedNow is launching in 2 days from now as well, a day after some of these very important meetings. XRP price catalyst. FedNow testing completion brings promising outlook for Ripple and XRP. Volante Technologies, the cloud payments leader and Ripple partner, has completed the pilot test on the U.S. Federal Reserve's instant payment system, FedNow. Industry proponents argue that the FedNow will benefit XRP and Ripple indirectly, as Ripple and its partners have worked on the system. Ripple is involved in all of it, and the way it stands now, Ripple has 1,000% more chance to be included with some of their solutions because they're, for the most part, out of this lawsuit now as well. But it's also quite peculiar that FedNow or whatever didn't kick him while they were in such an important lawsuit with the SEC. It might just showcase how little some of these institutions care because they know what Ripple has to bring to the table. And now that I sometimes think about it, it also is actually quite huge. Well, okay, one camera fell out. I'm not sure what to do with that. It's quite huge how many CBDC partners wanted to still work with Ripple, even though they were in such a critical lawsuit. It showcases many other countries out there don't think the same way about crypto and don't think, again, that Ripple is doing something wrong.